Most of the time, I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, it wouldn't be my friend.
Once again, Tamar is proving exactly why Toni once said she wouldn't associate with her sisters if they weren't family. By now, everyone knows Tamar Braxton is, and always will be, the drama queen, Honey. After her recent fallout with Funky Diva, people began accusing Tamar of using her accident as an excuse to get more plastic surgery. Toni, as expected, wasn't here for the drama and called Tamar out for going overboard. Things reportedly escalated between the sisters, leading Tamar to lash out at Toni and even expose some of the cosmetic procedures Toni has allegedly tried to keep private. At this point, you have to wonder, doesn't anyone on Tamar's team ever tell her it's a bad idea to go after her own sisters? Then again, it's not easy to convince Tamar to back down, especially when she sees herself as a victim. Now the big question is, will Toni respond? Because if there's one thing Toni rarely discusses, it's the work she's done to maintain her signature look.
I just think that you do have to do your research, but you can't be thinking you're gonna go have plastic surgery on a Groupon.
Exactly.
Like you,
The
ain't no
Botox
plastic
30s.
surgery on sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if it's on sale, 9 times out of 10, you're not supposed to get it from the person that's having a sale on liposuction. Don't do that.
Even though Tamar and Toni are sisters, the two couldn't be more different. Toni Braxton has always carried herself as a classy, sophisticated one of the family. I mean, she is Toni Braxton, a living legend. After all, she's carefully maintained her image as the untouchable Braxton, rarely getting caught up in public drama. Tamar, on the other hand, just can't seem to stay out of the spotlight. She always finds herself in the middle of some kind of controversy, often portraying herself as a victim. This time, though, Tamar recently announced that she'd be stepping back from social media and everything else, saying, "You're one. There's no more album. I'm going to my farm, and you will never hear from me again. I'm sorry for everything." Just days before Tamar started acting out, she revealed that she'd been in a serious accident that left her with a fractured nose and several missing teeth. However, she didn't go into detail about what actually happened. So, when fans began speculating about who or what caused Tamar's injuries, she suddenly dropped the trailer for her new EP. And that's when the internet sympathy quickly turned into frustration. Given Tamar's reputation for doing almost anything to grab attention, many people accuse her of using the accident to promote her music. Things got even shadier when some began suggesting that Tamar might have staged or exaggerated the incident to justify getting more cosmetic work done. Tamar was quick to defend herself, insisting she hadn't fabricated the story for clout or surgery, and that the accident was truly traumatic. But fans weren't buying it. After all, Tamar has pulled similar stunt before. To make matters worse, her sisters, especially Toni, were reportedly unimpressed with how Tamar handled everything and even suspected she might have used the situation to tweak her appearance again. Instead of letting the internet talk and eventually move on, Tamar went into full defense mode. She posted photos showing her missing teeth, had her doctor publicly back her up, and even went live to discuss the incident, insisting that none of it was for publicity or plastic surgery, because, in her words, she didn't need any excuses for that.
All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed. And I probably shouldn't have said nothing, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone and I was in pain. And that's it. I don't have to lie. I got money. I have success. I don't have to lie about anything.
When Tamar starts spiraling, she doesn't hold back. She'll go after anyone she thinks has wronged her. So, when she found out that her sister Toni supposedly believed she staged the whole situation for publicity and another cosmetic procedure, Tamar was not having it. She quickly clapped back at Toni, throwing shade by saying that Toni doesn't even look like a Braxton anymore. Now, Tamar has publicly admitted to having one nose job back in 1993 to fix some breathing issues, as well as a breast augmentation that she later had reversed due to complications. But when people began accusing her of having more work done than she's admitted to, Toni spoke up about her own struggles. Toni revealed that she's been battling lupus for years, and that the changes in her appearance are partly due to her treatment. Since lupus can cause swelling weight fluctuations, and even changes in facial structure, including the nose and cheeks.
You know, I had some pain in my chest. I've had lupus for over 15 years.
Yeah.
But I was having this pain in my chest, and I thought it was because I was so sad because we had lost one of my sisters. And I was like, I'm just sad, you know.
Sadness, yeah.
And I went to the doctors, and I kept postponing this appointment
Yeah.
he wanted me to do. You need to get this checked up, you need to do it. And I kept saying, oh, I'll do it later, I'm fine. And finally he called me up and said, go. I got your appointment for tomorrow, go.
Wow.
So I went, and I remember them saying, the doctor, after they did it, the doctor needs to see you. And that's when shortly after I was told that I would have had a massive heart attack and I would not have survived.
But chilly, Tamar just couldn't let it go when it came to Toni. She started claiming that her sister has allegedly had just as much work done as she has. Yet somehow, Toni doesn't get called out nearly as often. Tamar then went on a full-blown rant, making several bold accusations. She alleged that Toni has had another nose job, pointing out that if you compare her photo from the 90s to now, her nose looks noticeably slimmer and more pinched. And while the Braxtons are naturally known for their high cheekbones, Tamar claimed that Toni, like many other celebrities, might be using Botox and fillers to keep her face looking smooth, tight, and wrinkle-free. She also suggested that Toni may have had a facelift or some work done to her jawline and cheeks to maintain a fuller, more youthful appearance. At this point, no one really knows what to believe. Tamar could be telling the truth, but it also seemed possible that she's taking jabs at Toni for not publicly defending her when the internet dragged her. Right now, fans are urging Tamar to stop before things get worse, because going after her own sister like this only makes her look petty and toxic. Tamar is a manifestation of Evelyn's anger and nasty attitude. One said it years ago, if you believe Tamar Braxton, you will believe anything. She's a perfect example of a church person who will turn you every which way but loose. Long story short, Tamar is mad that she hasn't been, still isn't, and will never be the Toni Braxton of this generation. Tamar wants attention. She's immature and childish. But I really want to know what you think about all this. Share your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. There's plenty more coming your way. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, babes.